intending for today?
Sure. The fifth and the fourth winners will walk away with 12.5 million random francs, and the second runner-up will walk away with 15 million random francs. The first runner-up will go home with 20 million random francs, and the winner of the fifth edition, the 2025 Hanga Pitchfest, will walk away with a mighty of 50 million random francs. You had it right.
Thank you, Brian. Now we all understand what a tough battle this is and what we have to lose, or what the innovators have to lose. So this is how the pitch flow is going to run. Each startup will have 5 minutes to pitch their idea to our judges and to you all, and also to everyone that's tuning in. And then this will be followed by 5 minutes of receiving questions from the panel of judges, and then we'll continue to call up the startups in that order.
So to our incredible startups backstage, this is your stage. This is your moment to shine and your chance to make Rwanda proud. And to everyone here at BK Arena, let's give them energy, let's give them love, and show them that innovation lives here in Kigali, Rwanda. And are you ready for the top 5? Are you ready for the top 5?
Urubyiruko muri tayari? Muri tayari?
Oya nagaruko baba tayari.
Muradusubiza mutubwira ngo turi tayari. Muri tayari?
Muri tayari?
If you don't feel like you belong in the Rubyiruko, in the youth, today we give you an opportunity to belong to the youth for the next 2-3 hours. After that, you can resume your normal day-to-day. All right? So, Brian and I want to show you how we can show some love to our innovators while they're on stage. During their presentations, just do not interrupt them. When they say something that you like or that resonates with you, snap your fingers like so. Can we try that? Keep going. That's right. So do not interrupt them when they're pitching, so we will show them support that way. And then when they conclude their pitch, Brian, what are we going to do? Pasha. Did we get that? So it's 5. Oh, yes, I heard some sound here. All right, let's do that again. The clap includes 5 things to celebrate. How many years has Hanga been going on? Brenna Rabakopeje. How many years has Hanga Pitchfest been going on? All right, and how many finalists do we have here today? That's right, one more time, Brian. Show us how we are going to appreciate an innovator once they are walking off the stage. Pasha, okay? A thigh clap twice, hand clap twice, and a pasha. All right, one more time. Let's do it all together. Okay, let's give them a count. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Pasha, you're all wonderful students. Thank you so much. All right. And now, the moment we've been waiting for. To our innovators. We want to welcome you, and we want you to know that this moment, we are celebrating you. Whether 4th, 5th, 3rd, we celebrate you. And up on the stage first, we are going to receive Ambucycle, represented by Loza Admasu Kelemewor.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Loza Admasu. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Ambucycle. It's my honor and pleasure to walk you through the work we do today. Before I do that, I want you to imagine a scenario where you're coming back from, let's say, a wedding or a meeting from Rubavu, and you find yourself in an accident, a car accident. The American Heart Association says that with every minute that passes without you getting help that you need, your chance of survival decreases by 10%. This speech is 5 minutes long. That means if you don't get the help that you need within these 5 minutes, your chance of survival decreases by 50%. This, unfortunately, is the reality for so many African countries. Lack of accessible pre-hospital emergency care is costing us lives. Only 10% of the population in Africa has access to standard emergency care, and 45% of cases that happen in these countries can be mitigated by some kind of emergency care. The World Health Organization says that the standard emergency response time is 8 minutes. 8 minutes. But in some settings, you might find yourself waiting for 2 hours. There are so many factors contributing to this. Some of them are inaccessible roads, difficulty locating patients, and lack of trained personnel. But with the efforts that is being put forward by the government of Rwanda and startups like ours, we can decrease this to 15 minutes. So let me show you how. If you are running late in Kigali, in Rwanda, what do you use? You use motorcycles to get somewhere fast. If you want your food to come fast to you, you use motorcycles. So we combined these two logics and came up with Ambucycle. Ambucycle is a tech-enabled motorbike-based fleet that is fast, affordable, and adaptable. I'll show you how it works. Patients have help using an application that automates location and dispatch to reduce response times. Once they do, healthcare professionals ride motorcycles to get to their patients. In this motorcycle is the standard emergency equipment that is needed to respond to the help. So once they get there, they take over the emergency. I want you to remember that these ambucycles don't evacuate patients, but they take over the emergency and resuscitate and stabilize on site and hand them over to the next person in care. So our market size based on our capacity today is 200,000. This is among the 90% of Rwanda's population that has insurance coverage. Our business model follows two things. The first one is B2B2C, where we use insurance, where we work with insurances to reduce emergency claims. The other model is B2G, where we work with government to reduce emergency response times with service contracts and public-private partnerships. I'm very happy to tell you that we actually have tried this, and it worked really well. So we responded to 73 cases and delivered 2 babies on site. This is done in the 6 weeks that we did this, and our average emergency response time was just 13 minutes. And among the emergency cases we responded to, 53% were trauma and 12% were obstetric, the rest being medical. Our partners, I'm actually very happy Dr. Sabin is here today. Our partner is Ministry of Health, Rwanda Biomedical Center, and Rwanda National Police, who made the pilot project and our response happen successfully. And we also work with Eden Care Insurance and Inclusivity Solution to further strengthen our B2B2C model. We recently has been trusted by Development Bank of Rwanda, and we're very honored. Our roadmap follows that we want to expand our fleet and improve our tech, market and partner, and expand to the secondary cities. So our ask today is 50 million Rwandan francs, of which we will use in fleet expansion, tech development, and responder training. We also ask for partnership opportunity in this room for everyone who cares about emergency healthcare and work in the field. Our team is comprised of myself, my co-founder, Dr. Helen Gzato, and our CTO, Amoko Ivan. We are backed by our pride and joy, our nurses, who rode the motorcycles to the emergency sites and resuscitated and are actually heroes. We're also backed by our advisors, who are always on our side with English clinical experience. We ask you to join Ambucycle, where we have 2 wheels with just one mission, that is saving lives. Thank you.
2 wheels, 1 mission to save lives. Judges, over to you.
Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. Would you please kindly clarify how your customers pay for this service?
Okay, so in emergency, we design B2B2C and B2G models because it's very difficult to ask for patients before responding to emergency. So in B2B2C models, our patients are people who are already part of an insurance coverage. That is, if I have an insurance coverage from a specific insurance company that has Ambucycle's pre-hospital care as part of their care, the coverage is covered through the insurance. And if we are in B2G models that is part of the government fleet, the government covers with the thing. So the payment is through insurance companies.
Data shows that insurance is under 2% penetration.
Sorry?
I said data shows us that insurance is under 2% penetration, at least on average across the African continent. How do you think you further improve your business model through other payment methodologies in future?
Yes. So this is where inclusivity solutions come and where we are strengthening our B2C models. In inclusivity solutions, we're designing products for citizens that currently do not have insurance coverage, but still need the service. So we are designing a product where people, for example, will have savings from their daily mobile card usage or from their daily fuel usage. So once we design that, we will be mitigating that problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation. I wanted to ask in regards to your CapEx in terms of the fleet, the motorcycles. So currently, but also looking forward, is it that you own them or some will be like leased? How is that CapEx structure for the current and future?
Okay, so currently during the pilot project, we owned a motorcycle, but upon expansion, we do not want to own motorcycles. The very work of owning motorcycles and caring for their logistics happened to be more work than we wanted to be, so we will not be owning the motorcycles, but rather leasing them.
Have you identified who you work with in terms of the leasing?
Yes, we have identified partners that can help us lease and take care of the fleet as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Wonderful presentation. My question is on the technology part, the tool that you'll be using for people to hail fast and ask for the help. Could you expand a little bit more on that product?
Okay, so currently we have a mobile application. So the mobile application is just a simple tool that has a blinking red button. So normally when you sign up, you give us all the information. That is your name, if you have any chronic condition. And once you open it, there is a blinking red SOS button that you can touch, and then it will automatically alert us. But upon expansion, we want to include low-tech options because we want it to be more reachable.
And this is a product, an application that you've currently worked on and you own?
Yes. So it is two-based. There is one with the patient and there is one with the rider. It's we can imagine it as if it is like, for example, a Move or an Uber app where both the rider and the user has versions of themselves.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. My question is, you alluded to the fact that the fastest way to get around Kigali is through the motorcycles, but sometimes it's not always the safest. So what are the mechanisms you're going to put with your response to make sure that the response, even though timely, still remains safe?
Safety is our priority. So we want our riders to be safe all the time, so we use all safety precautions and we use safety gears. But I also want to underline that if ridden with care, if we have a car accident and an ambulance comes, it's also a car. So accidents can be minimized by putting all the safety measures. So we put safety measures on our riders that are part of the core work that we do. Yeah.
Very good presentation and very good project for that. So my question would be, if you're considering to expand, would you consider maybe not just focus on expanding your fleet by going into leasing, which will most likely cost you a little bit more money as well, but rather you concentrate on the care providers and then they hail motorcycles like we all do, but then you actually increase your reach that way.
Yes. So what we want, currently we're using motorcycles because we want people to move around fast. But as we grow and our tech part also grows, we want to have responders that might maybe walk to the person, maybe use a car, maybe use anything that is fast to the person. But currently we're using motorcycles. But as we grow and our platform also grows, we want to incorporate healthcare professionals and make them more accessible to everyone so that they can respond anytime, anywhere.
One last question for me, again on the product. Since the intervention relies on everyone having access to the app, have you thought about the adoption or your marketing strategy for everybody to essentially adopt your product?
Yes. So as I mentioned in our ask, the part of how we will use the prize money is to expand to low-tech options where everybody can access, whether they have smartphones or not, to be able to access emergency care. So yes, that's part of the plan that we are doing.
And that is, judges, before she leaves, remember the claps. One more time. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Give it out one more time for Rosa at Masukelemo, representing Ambucycle. It's 2 wheels, 1 mission, saving lives. And good enough, we have one of our partners, which is Spiro. So we'll be using Spiro for the Ambucycle. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ingoga Technologies, represented by Niyoguhimbazwa Ngoga Patrick. One more time, give it up for Ngoga.
Good afternoon. My name is Patrick Ngoga. I'm the founder and CEO of Ingoga Technologies. Worldwide, people are dying from preventable causes, not because healthcare professionals are unskilled or irresponsible, just because they overload of the work they are doing. WHO recommends that one doctor serves 1,000 patients annually, but here in Africa, one doctor is serving 10,000 patients. This leads those doctors to burn out, which causes them to commit medical errors that should have been prevented. We all believed that digitization would solve this, but it didn't reduce the workload, it just recorded it. That's why at Ingoga Technologies, we thought of building Nexan, a medical copilot AI that listens, writes notes, alerts the doctor, and do the follow-ups for them. How it works, when the doctor is treating the patient, and he comes to commit a mistake, our AI gives him a pop-up, a notification that the doctor is about to commit a mistake, and the doctor corrects that mistake. And also when the patient from the hospital, due to the big number of the patients, the doctors are not able to do a proper follow-up to the patients, and our AI is able to follow up on the patient, and if it finds any complication or worsening of the condition, it notifies the doctor so that they can take some measures and prevent those patients from losing their lives. And the good thing is we are live, we are working. So far we have reached 56 doctors from 2 different health facilities, and by the end of this November, we have additional 4 health facilities that will be onboarded. And our business model is simple. We have B2B and B2C, where the doctor has to buy the package of 10K for Go, Rwandan francs, and 18K for Plus, and 21K for Flow. And for B2B, we charge the health facilities according to the number of the healthcare professionals they have. So far, the market is very big. We are worldwide, we have over 11 million healthcare professionals, and the market is sized at $30 billion US, and here in Africa, it's $10 billion US, and we're targeting right now our serviceable, obtainable market of 500 million here in East Africa. Our go-to-market strategy is very simple. Our health care professionals on our system refers to their colleagues, and we give them a month free of subscription. We do partnerships with the health facilities so that they can let their workers know our system that can help them to prove the efficiency of their work. We do also integrate our system with existing EMRs so that can help the healthcare providers to detect the mistakes before they commit them. We do, our clients have the way they've been doing their things before we came in the market, but we do differentiate from others, where we do give real-time assistance, and we do give the alerts to the doctors before they commit a mistake. We do the follow-ups, but the existing solutions didn't fulfill that. We do project to expand where we are targeting to have onboarded 15 clinics by the end of this year in December, each with at least 10 doctors, and we will expand to, in 2027, expand to onboarding 150 clinics in East Africa. We're also targeting onboarding over 1,000 clinics by 2029 all over Africa, and to improve the health access and safety for the patients in Africa. Meet our team, made by medical professionals and software engineers and AI experts. Me, I'm the founder and CEO and a medical student at the University of Rwanda. Also, with all the other team, and we do have advisors from the medical experts and in business, laws, and technology. So our ask is 50M, where we do want to reach a big market, improve our infrastructure, improve our AI accuracy, and give a safer service to our clients and save more lives. So for every $100 you invest in us, you'll be saving over 400 lives with faster, smarter, and safe care. Thank you.
Wow, fantastic. We did tell you these innovators are solving real challenges. I can see Minister Sabin smiling. He's very pleased. So, Patrick, well done for getting to this point.
Yeah,
Judges, do you have any questions for Patrick?
Thank you very much, Patrick, for your presentation. My question to you is, your solution for it to detect a mistake, it means it has reference to what is correct. So how many data points does your solution have to come to the conclusion that the medical practitioner has made a mistake? And how have you trained it to make sure that it can understand the differences in patient profiles and things like that?
Yeah, thank you, sir, for the good question. We have been able to train our AI for different data sets, public data sets on health. We have also been able to train it on ICD-11, which contains of medical conditions and all the information about the medical conditions is the WHO databases. And we have been able to train it with MMIC4 and MMIC-XR for imaging and other data conditions. But we also still improving it by also training it with local information on the sites where we are working on the health facilities.
So as we know, AI is costly in terms of computing. How do you plan to solve that issue? Do you currently have GPUs that you've deployed at your facility, or are you using cloud-based resources? And how much is that costing you?
Good answer. Starting an AI solution here, it is a bit tough because, yeah, it's really costing, because there are no improved infrastructures to host our AI, that they require stronger GPUs. So far, we have our own server with a GPU with 64 GB and 8 RAM GPU, and we're also hosting our system at AOS by crowding, so that we are fundraising so that we can find a way to improve our infrastructure so that our AI can reach to more clients and serve more patients.
Thank you very much for that presentation. I have 2 questions for you. How useful is your value proposition for someone who is coming from maybe the rural areas, or they're maybe not very educated in the English language? And then secondly, how do you make this accessible also for a client that may not necessarily be a high net worth, or they're less privileged?
Okay, thank you. For some people who are from rural areas, So far, we are working on improving, training our AI on local languages. And for now, it is being used by the medical doctors, medical professionals. They are, most of the time, they are bilingual. They use more than one language. But in coming years, we are planning to have what we can call a telemedicine for our AI in Exxon, which will be integrated in our medical booth we are building that will be automatically automated, that will help the patients in the rural areas to get access to all the examinations, all the services they must, they have to get to the hospital to get, so that they can get it nearest to them. And we train our AIs with the local languages so that everyone can access them anytime, anywhere they want.
Yeah, thank you so much. I wanted to ask about, I don't think I got how you generate revenues. What's your revenue generation model? How do you generate revenue from this, and how do you plan to scale the solution?
Sorry?
How do you generate revenues from this solution, and also how do you plan to scale it?
Oh, okay. Our business model, we do have monthly subscription, where a healthcare provider pays according to the package. We do have 3 packages. We do have Next and Go, where the subscription fees is 10,100 francs, Next and Plus 18,100 francs, and Next and Pro for 21,100 francs. Where our healthcare providers will be subscribing on our platform, and we integrate it with their EMRs so that it will help them to serve more patients in a small time, and also do the follow-ups to the patients they have served in order to retain the patients, because they are the clients for them.
Thank you.
Yes.
My questions are threefold. The first one is about your potential customer. How did you validate your customers' pain points? Second, what key metrics are you tracking through this platform or solution? How do you know that your customer is satisfied with the solution? Third, you mentioned a 500 million, I believe, addressable market. Which assumptions did you use to arrive to that number? Just curious.
Okay, thank you. So on the first one, the pain points of our clients were that me as a doctor, I serve many patients, and they be claiming that I'm giving bad service. And the problem is not that I'm responsible or not caring for my patients, but the problem is I have a big number of patients to serve, and it can't allow me to follow up on every patient I serve and do a proper care. So at that time, we find that we can make our AI do the follow-up for them, and whenever it finds that the patient has the feedback needed to notify the doctor, our AI will notify the doctor itself. And for the markets, for the service of obtainable market, we have seen that here in East Africa, we have over 105,000 clinics, and all of them has over 15,000 clinicians. So with that, we'll be having a huge market to serve, and if we could get even 10% of that, we could have a big market.
And that marks the end of our time with Patrick. Another round of applause for Patrick, please. Thank you. Judges, thank you for those fiery questions. Urubyiruko, do you feel inspired? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel inspired? Okay, good. And now we're going to welcome the third presenter of the day, and this is none other the Nathaniel Dereje Mengistu from Napsil Grain Bank Limited. Let's show him some love, please. Please accompany him with those claps. That's right.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad to talk to you about Napsil Grain Bank and the work we've been doing to help our farmers. But before I go into that, I want to ask a question. Is it fair months and months of work ends in sorrows, even though there's work we can do to help our farmers? Let me introduce you to our farmer, Uwimana. She's a farmer in Nyagatare district, but after months and months of work, she harvests this beautiful maize you see right here. But in just a matter of weeks, it's damaged into the maize you see right here. And we dug deeper to find out exactly why this happens. And we found out how poor post-harvest handling processes result in 30 to 40% losses and severe quality degradation of the harvested grain. Now, this is not just Uwimana's problem. Across Africa, 48 million tons of food perishes every single year. In Rwanda alone, 260,000 tons of food perishes. This is food that could have fed 1.3 million people for a whole year. Looking at the maize value chain separately, although Rwanda is able to produce more than 5 times the premium maize demand, only 5% of this makes it to the premium markets, simply because the quality does not qualify. Right now, as we stand, Napsil has the processing capacity of processing around 1,400 tons every single year. Now, the solution we came up with for this very large problem is a professional grain storage that preserves quality while also transforming the stored grains into digital receipts that unlock the instant credit and access to premium markets. And what Uwimana stands to gain from this service is professional grain storage, access to finance, and better income. And how we do this is divided into 2 main parts, the grain management and inventory financing side. In the grain management side, once a farmer has signed a service contract with us, we take their grains into our pre-processing processes, where their grains are dried, fumigated, and sorted before being stored at our zero-loss storage. In our zero-loss storage, their grains can be stored in a temperature and humidity-controlled environment without worrying about losses for extended amount of time. After this, a farmer can opt into the inventory financing, where we appraise their grains stored at our warehouses and issue a receipt that they can go take a loan against it with a partnering financial institution. We are essentially combining grain management, IoT systems, and digital receipts to provide guaranteed quality and eliminate post-harvest losses. Our business model is pretty simple. We charge our farmers a 15% cut on their stored grains, and this is payable in crops. We charge our millers a 1 Rwandan francs per kilo for securing the supply they need throughout the whole year, and we charge our banks 2% for banking the unbanked. Our traction so far in just 11 months, we've been able to secure 55 million Rwandan francs of sales. We've processed 120 tons through our warehouses, and we have secured a 300 metric ton storage warehouse with a mechanical dryer. And this is very small when compared to the demand we've been able to secure from 6 agro-processors, combined having 7,200 metric tons. Our financials show a very optimistic future that in breaking even in just 8 months and showing promising returns in year 1 and year 2. The team comprises of 3 co-founders, myself, Nathaniel, the CEO, Mr. Sultanu, our CTO, and Mr. Bonaventure, our COO, all across the board having farming experience, and our 5 field agents with a combined 20+ years of experience working with farmers, and a warehouse manager that has an agronomist degree. Now we are asking for 50 million Rwanda francs from this grant to develop the digital infrastructure that we need to deploy the loan side of our operations, to expand the number of warehouses we have geographically, and deploy new locations into Kayonza and Tirehe. I'd like to close by saying, join us at Napsil, where we store farmers' grains, securing them as assets, and finally enabling Uwimanas to build lasting wealth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nathaniel. Judges, over to you.
Thank you very much for your presentation, and clearly you have identified a key problem for communities. But I'm just interested, my question is in two parts. What is that you invest to make the farmers trust you with their hard-earned produce, number one? And number two, what is the risk management if they hand over the grain to you and something happens to it, your system is not up to date, or there's some level of damage? What is the agreement with the farmers to insulate them from loss?
I'm very happy for that question. So to answer your first question about trust, we are building an East African grain bank, not just a small bank that operates just here in Rwanda. Across East Africa, we want to be the largest warehouse operator, and that builds the trust the farmers need to see. So we are taking the warehouses closer to them, and they can come always visit the warehouse and see how their grains are being managed. And for the second question, even if the grains get damaged, we take out insurance against it to limit our downsides.
Thank you for your presentation. So I'm just interested to understand how you structure the conversation that you would have with the bank to actually agree to that 2% for bringing them business.
So far, like I've mentioned earlier, we've not yet deployed the inventory financing side of our operations. We've just focused on the grain management. And the next steps, after winning this competition, we would be using those funds we mobilized to enable these conversations and go closer to the banks and build a specific tool that gets closer to the farmers.
Just as a follow-up, so you basically positioning yourself as being an agent to the bank to bring them business, pretty much.
Exactly. We're a partner for the banks so that we are creating a new market that they usually did not have access to.
Thank you very much indeed for your presentation. I have two questions for you. How are the farmers getting to know about your value proposition? And secondly, how is technology making a difference in your offering, if at all?
So the way we get to our farmers is through our 5 field agents. These field agents are common, they are well known amongst the farmers we are servicing right now in Nyagatare district. And we go close to the farmers and do a close analysis of their farming operations, and we give them a purposefully designed solution for each farmer. But that does not continue when we grow at scale. Later on, we would be having campaigns with the governments and with the local community support. We would have campaigns to get the farmers to get on our platforms. The technology side, sorry. So, and the way we use technology is, first off, I explained about the IoT systems that we use to manage our warehouses. But the second one is, for the inventory financing side, we also use the banking systems. We give the banks a call to our services to make sure that the receipts the farmers take to them is actually real and is not faked.
Yeah, thank you. Do you know any other solution to this problem other than your solution? And if yes,
Post-harvest loss?
Yes.
Yes.
What makes yours unique?
There are a lot of solutions. Do you have anyone in mind?
No, I'm asking you. I just want to know how yours is unique.
Yes, the exact solution I'm pitching right now has been operational in many different countries across East Africa especially. And we're just trying to deploy it in a manner that's a little bit different and fits to the Rwandan ecosystem, right? So the other solutions proposed include educating farmers, giving them the equipment they need, deploying tarpaulin covers across the rural areas, and so much more. There are a lot of services, but none of them really take full responsibility post-harvest, right after the harvesting season.
Thank you. I think you've identified quite a rampant and significant gap in our agricultural sector. I think what he was alluding to is the fact that there are practically many other players in this field that offer warehouses or a facility to, bring all the different crops and store them there. Curious to also hear what you think your competitive advantage here would be. And two, you've shown quite some traction already, which is great. What would you say are your growth drivers and what are your bottlenecks?
If I'm not mistaken, you're mentioning East African Exchange, am I right?
I think they're one of your competitors, potentially.
Yes. So for the East African Exchange, we would be a very nice partner, actually, because we're providing them the warehouse management, and they could be the trading platform they wish to be, instead of getting into the nitty-gritty and doing the warehousing themselves.
And I noticed that you mentioned Grain Bank. Have you honed down into the specific segment that you would be going after? Grain is, I guess, general.
Yes.
Are there specific segments within the grain?
Yes. Right now, we're operating with maize alone, but eventually we have plans to expand into groundnuts, beans, and so much more. With the scaling of the operations, we also plan on expanding not just geographically, but also value chain-wise.
One last follow-up question on the liability question that was asked earlier. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that again? How do you, guys, safeguard the crop or the trust that your customer has put in you and make sure that you're also protecting your business?
Yes. So as the liability side goes, we take out an insurance equal to the amount of grain value we have stored. In the event of any type of disaster, such as fire or flooding or any other disaster, that insurance is able to cover our downsides. But aside from that, when it comes to the grain management, we dry and fumigate our stores every single season so that we can store the maize without worrying about losses. So we have covered it in two aspects, so we really don't have any downsides to be that worried about.
Wow, that was incredible. One more time, give it up for Mr. Nathaniel. No. The claps. Remember the claps? 1, 2, 3, let's go. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the fourth pitch from Neem Company, represented by Ikaze. Priska. Give it up for Priska Ikaze.
My name is Priska that is working toward a future free from diabetic limb loss. Starting off my career as a prosthetist, I found this hard truth, that every 20 seconds, a diabetic patient loses a limb. In this position, diabetes is the major leading cause of amputation. And this hard truth hit me harder because one of my closest relatives is a diabetic patient, and I couldn't imagine him losing a limb. This is not only a personal problem, this is a global crisis, where 589 million people globally have diabetes. In Africa alone, 24 million have diabetes, and in Rwanda alone, 131,000 people have diabetes. And imagine if all these people have to go into the amputation or limb loss from something that could have been prevented. You might be wondering, how does diabetes actually causes amputation? It starts with a small ulcer, because one of the major complications of diabetes is loss of sensation. So once the sensation is lost and the blood flow is slowed down, when a diabetic patient gets an ulcer or a wound, it's not only an ulcer, it's a disaster that takes away the whole limb. So the life after amputation becomes very hard due to the reduced quality of life, increased financial burden, and treatment cost goes higher. Thank God to our smart solution. We have a smart insole that prevents ulcer before they start and monitor your feet in real time. And this is how we do it. Our smart insole have sensors in them that earlier track those ulcers before they start, send the information to the microcontroller unit, and from the microcontroller into the web app, where the user gets alertness whenever the clinical information is found, and the same alertness is given to the healthcare provider to do the early intervention. This web app is not only for the real-time monitoring, it's a one-stop center for diabetic patients to the overall health care of them. One of our use cases, we've used our smart insole to a patient who have lost one limb and she's using an artificial limb. So we are using a smart insole to prevent her from losing the other limb. And we are using our smart insole to save a patient who have already lost the sensation, and we are using a smart insole to help him not escalate his situation to an ulcer. Since ever we started, we've got some positive feedback and paying customers, and we have secured some amazing partnerships that are helping us to make this happen. Our total addressable market in Africa is above 12 billion USD. Our serviceable addressable market here in Rwanda, it's above 84 million USD, and our serviceable obtainable market is about 3 million USD. So we charge a pair of insole 35K, and you can pay this and prevent yourself from paying 2 million Rwandan francs of the whole limb. And we also charge them a subscription of 8,000 per month. We bring this value to the diabetic patient who are afraid of losing their limb by avoiding 85% of such cases and providing early detection and real-time monitoring, unlike traditional insoles. We do believe in power of partnership and hope to get one from here. And we are going to the market via partnership with hospitals, diabetic association, insurance companies, and pharmacies. But we are also using a B2C strategy where we directly engage with the end users. So we are not the first to bring this solution to the market, but we differentiate ourselves from being locally available, affordable, and not only preventing amputation, but being a whole one-stop center for diabetic care. We are here asking 50 million Rwandan francs to enhance our product development, to enter the market, to increase our talent scale, and to scale, not only provide it in Rwanda, but also provide it in Africa and around the globe. And this is the team that is behind this movement with different skill sets that brings this to life. And behind us are the advisors who have helped us to make this happen, and the partners who believed in us. Today, it's the World Diabetes Day. So, who is ready to join us to make smart steps to save life? Thank you.
Wow. What an amazing presentation from Priska. Judges, over to you.
Thank you so much for your presentation on a really pressing global health issue. My question to you is two aspects about adoption by your potential market. So I am assuming they need some kind of training to install the insole, to make it useful to them. And then they also need a smart device. This is what I saw from your presentation. So on those two aspects alone, does it not then make your solution difficult to adopt? Because I'm sure they need some hands-on training. So you need staff for that. You need people who are going to do that. And then the people need smart devices. So to what extent are you trying to cover for those potential barriers to adoption?
Okay, thank you very much for that question, because that's a real issue that we're facing. Our smart insole uses the smartphone, but we've come up with this strategy. So for those people who don't have those smartphones to get the early alerts whenever the clinical information is found, they can get the calls from the healthcare provider, because the healthcare provider is also seeing this data like real time. So instead of if he or she doesn't have a smartphone, he can wait for the early intervention from the healthcare provider. So this is the way we are trying to look into tapping into that issue. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. And I have to say the preaching gods must be on your side to have you pitch on Diabetes Day today, right? So my question would be, how do you plan on mass producing your technology and thus keeping it affordable for the market you're targeting? It's okay.
So at first, when we started, we were trying to make them custom-made. So we're doing all the things all on our own. We're doing the install, we are integrating the sensors, we're doing the software. And we find that it was taking a bit long, and in terms of scaling, it would be a bit hard. So we've come up with this strategy. So let our main focus be on the technology. So we buy the installs off the shelf, we make the sensors, and we put the sensors in it, and we make the software. So it's not taking that long for us to make it, and it's kind of affordable other than the method that we were using early on.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Is the technology agnostic? And what I mean by that is, can you ship it in bulk with sensors from China or wherever else and plug and play it into your software?
Yeah, currently we are buying the sensors and we assemble them, we put them together to make the kind of algorithm that we want. So we put them together, but we don't make the sensors, we buy the sensors. And then we put them together, we make the software. That's how we do the whole technology. And add on to this, we were able to get the intellectual property from the RDB, proudly saying, because it gives us the credibility of what we are doing. So it's such a long journey, but we don't make the sensors. Who
are your competitors globally doing the same thing? Do you have any competitors who are doing the same thing?
Yeah, globally there are companies that are doing smart insole, but their costing is so high. Like the pair of insole from the Olips, it costed 900 USD. And for us, the pair of insole is costed 35,000 Rwandan francs. And we have a uniqueness, and that's why we have a utility model from the RDB, because we have made, not only we don't want to track this early amputation, we have to make something that could track the whole health of a diabetic patient. So we also track some other metrics that no one else is tracking on the market. But in Africa, there is no one else doing the same.
Thank you so much. Could you take us on a journey into the future? What does success look like? When would you say, I am successful? And what's the biggest risk that can affect sustainability of this? Thank you.
Thank you so much. One of our dreams is seeing ourselves as being that one-stop center for every diabetic patient. When a diabetic patient thinks where he or she can get a help, think of Neem. So that's where we are heading, and that's where we want to see ourselves.
risk? The biggest risk you see on sustainability of this?
Yeah. The biggest risk is if our product is not adopted to the market, but we also have, we are approaching this in terms of not only offering the product, but offering the value. So we don't want to say that we sell the smart insulin. We want to bring the value of diabetic care to the diabetic patients. So that's how we are approaching our risk of the rate adoption of this technology in the ecosystem.
Thank you.
Thank you, Priska. Great presentation, and I'm glad to hear that your proprietary intellectual property is protected through RDB. My question is around the regulatory aspect of your product. This being a medical product, I assume that there are regulatory requirements. Have you looked into those? If so, what are some of the barriers that would stop you from mass adoption? Second, what would be your distribution channel here? How do you intend to make money? Is it by selling directly to the consumer, or are there other modes of distribution that you've thought through? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. One of the regulatory bodies that we have to go under is Rwanda FDA, because Smart Inso is classified as a medical device, and we have started the process. And the chances are that we will get this certificate in not later than 5 months. So we are approaching this by creating firstly the community, because some of the patients have already paid. They have prepaid for the product. So we are approaching this by not only looking into the product itself, but looking into the community that needs our product. So we are trying to get into the diabetic population first, get to know them, get to understand what they really need, and get to gain their trust first. And then and we are doing this as we are under the process of getting this certification from the regulatory bodies. And one of the distribution channels that we are looking into working with pharmacies. Instead of us going door to door to diabetic patients, we want to partner with pharmacies, and they'll be the distributors. And we have the control system. And also we want to partner with hospitals. They'll also be prescribing our smart insulins.
Thank you. I think if Rwanda FDA is in the room, they would probably advise to first start by compliance and make sure that we go through, you abide by the regulatory requirements before perhaps it's tested with your potential clients. So maybe an advice here to really focus on the compliance part and understand what is required and how does that reflect, how is that reflected into your cost structure. But thank you for your answers.
Yeah, thank you. So,
amazing, amazing. One more time, give it up for Priska. No. The claps, the claps. No. I count 3. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Thank you. 5 years of inspiring and igniting innovation. And this is to remind you that the official hashtag is Hanga Pitchfest. Hanga Pitchfest is our official hashtag. So keep it trending on all social media platforms. And now, ladies and gentlemen, finally, let's welcome the last speech presented by Shauri Karibatha Jonathan from Rebanatex. One more time, give it up for Shauri Karibatha.
Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan from Rebanatex, a social venture startup transforming banana stem waste to textile. In 2023, I went to harvest bananas in the eastern province of Rwanda, and that day, I made 2 important discoveries. First, I noticed that banana stems waste contain natural strong fibers. Second, I realized that while Rwanda produces banana in abundance, the stem, which makes up about 90% of the plant, is always thrown away with no market value. Farmers usually collect this waste, peel it at the edge of their farm, and burn it. If left abandoned in the field, it causes serious problems like mosquito breeding, water lodging, and even high risk of snake and scorpion bites. This experience inspired me to develop a technology that transforms this agricultural waste into a sustainable material. And why are we doing this? The global textile industry is one of the most polluting after oil, generating up to 10% of the greenhouse gas emission, a percentage which is more than all international flights, maritime, and shipping combined. It also consumes 215 trillion liters of water every year and contributing to the 35% of microplastic found in water. And here in Rwanda, the challenge takes another shape. Each year, billion tons of banana stems are left as a biomass, wasting resources that could create jobs and cut down the excessive amount of synthetic textile that ends up on lands. Every discarded banana stem waste is a loss of economic opportunities for farmers, but also creating environmental burdens. Consumers rely on synthetic textile, not by choice, but simply because that's all available on the market, and even for items promoted as made in Rwanda. At Rebanatex, we are addressing this issue by collaborating with local banana farmers to collect this waste, extract their fibers, and process them into highly durable fabrics. Compared to conventional fabrics, our material reduces water use by 25%, eliminates toxic waste, and is locally produced at the end of full life, is recyclable, biodegradable, and safe for the environment. There is a need and demand for environmentally friendly alternative materials, and we've seen so far industries rapidly transitioning because the global market for eco-friendly textile material is $54 billion, and this market is projected to expand significantly due to consumer rising environmental awareness and respected government regulations. In the Rwandan context, the fashion and textile has been growing rapidly, driven by the Made in Rwanda policy, rising in the middle class demand in Africa, and push for cultural and sustainable products. At Rebanatex, we operate a hybrid B2B and B2C model. On B2B side, we supply and sell to local fashion designer, manufacturer, and sustainability-focused organization with eco-friendly fabrics at 12 to 16,000 Rwandan francs per square meters. And on B2C side, we create and sell a line of finished products such as bags, shoes, and accessories to eco-conscious consumers. Since 2023, we are researching and developing this material, and over the last 7 months of sales and operation alone, we generated 1,064,222 Rwandan francs in gross sales, supported by a steady increased monthly orders and gain 3 partners. Our average size orders is 15 square meters, and as we speak right now, we have 605 square meters in pending order, showing a strong and growing market demand for eco-friendly textile. And these are some of the items that were made using our fabrics, collaborating with brands in Europe, Asia, and here in Rwanda. And if you're in the room excited to work with eco-friendly fabrics, please ping me and we can talk about more about it later. Over the last 7 months, we project a steady growth driven by increased product and expanded products line. By 2026, we'll scale up output 5 times, fulfilling pending orders, secure more B2B textile supply contracts, and reach break-even in year 2. But to achieve this, we are raising 15 million Rwandan francs to turn demand into revenue, continue supporting more banana farmers, and create more jobs in Rwanda. And why not position Rebanatex as a leading Made in Rwanda biotextile producer? And
our time is up, unfortunately.
Our team brings expertise in engineering.
Should we give him 30 more seconds? All right, all right. By popular demand, please go on.
Our team brings expertise in engineering, business, textile, and entrepreneurship Together, we are supported by mentors and advisors with experience in eco-friendly textile production, business, entrepreneurship, and agriculture. With your help and your support, together we can develop this technology and leave a legacy of goodness in Rwanda, and why not in Africa? And always remember that banana stem is not a waste until you waste it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That's Rebanatex for you. Congratulations, Shauri. And our judges, do we have any questions for this gentleman?
Thank you very much for the inspiring presentation. Quite a key issue of sustainability. My question is to do with your production cycle. So I assume you have to move this banana stem to somewhere for processing. So how many production plants, as it were, do you have? And what is the impact of then the transport cost of moving them to your factory, and how that affects your price? And my second question is, how competitive are your fabric prices compared to generic fabrics? Because even though a customer might believe in environmental sustainability, but at the end of the day, affordability is a key issue for them. So will they still go for your product on the basis of cost?
Yeah, thank you so much, and I'm so proud to answer that. So first of all, how do we outsource materials? So we partner with banana farmers cooperatives, so we can reach out to them, pay 150 per meter of banana trunks, and then we transport to our local production site in Duhamagare, where we do the all processing. So apart that, of course, our price compared to existing one here in Rwanda is a little bit higher, because if you look at the sustainable fabrics here in Rwanda, they are about 13 to above Rwandan francs. So, and we've been able to talk with different fashion designer, manufacturer here in Rwanda, and one of the key challenges that they have, many of them supply their raw materials in India or especially in Asia. And so collaborating with them was a kind of giving them accessibility to fast and raw material to use in the production of their product. And also, maybe would you mind repeat if does that satisfy the questions? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. Just out of curiosity, this is probably the first time for me to hear about banana stem and textile being in the same conversation. Could you explain to us how come, considering that there's banana stem obviously is plentiful in Africa, we are still dominated by cotton as the source of our textile industry?
I'm sorry, I didn't get it right. I don't know.
Okay. So the question was to understand for me the difference between the cotton today being the predominant in our textile industries, and yet we have banana stems plentiful on the continent, right? How come this is not basically being talked about a lot more? And for some of us, this is the first time we hear about, this new way of producing textile.
Yes, thank you. And as I stated before, so there is a need and demand for environmentally friendly alternative materials. And we are not the first to do this here in Rwanda. There are key companies that have been doing this for so far, and some of them have been using pineapple leaves, rami, jute, and has been contributing in terms of growing the demand of sustainable fabrics. So for us, we can say that we compare ourselves to cotton. Cotton uses a lot of waters, but our material, first of all, is locally produced, but also does not require a lot of process to go through in terms of producing materials.
Much for your presentation. What would you say is your competitive advantage? You rightly mentioned that there are other manufacturers across Africa now who are starting to take advantage of this. And secondly, how would you expand beyond Rwanda if you were to?
Yeah, thank you. So first of all, I would say the competitor here in Rwanda where we are currently operating are the importer of sustainable fabrics, because that's the one that are contributing in terms of competing with the material that we are bringing on the market. But also, again, there are a few key companies that have been doing, but they are located in Philippines and elsewhere. But and we have, since our beginning, we saw that even companies outside of Rwanda are interested, because the demand is huge, but company doing that is less. And in terms of expanding, so we have, first of all, in Rwanda, we have a lot of banana production, and it's also a main food. So people cannot stop eating bananas, and we believe that so much that across East Africa's, like Kenya, Uganda, Burundi, Tanzania, there are so many production of bananas. So materials will be for us easier to get in terms of expanding. But so far in Rwanda, we are satisfied with what we get. We believe that we can collaborate with other East African countries to outsource material in terms of expanding bigger globally.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to understand what's your the largest cost in the cost structure, but also in terms of growth. I was wondering whether, I don't know the size of the production plant. Is it more in terms of setting up mini plants in different places, or is it more of expanding the distribution of the raw materials to the plant? Like, how do you see expansion between distribution versus setting up plants, depending on how big the plant is? Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, thank you. Currently, I would say our biggest cost is time to produce fabrics, because together with my team, we recently been graduated from university, and we started this as a university scientific project, and we developed machines, all the machines that involved in the processing. So, doing this has been taking us a lot of times, and we have seen a huge demand. So when there is a demand, it costs us a lot of time to make it, and sometimes we lose even customer because of demand. So that's what has been a bigger cost in terms of producing. But we believe so far as we invest in increasing the number of machines that we have, it's just to replicate, because we are the one who made them here in Rwanda. We can just replicate and increase our production to reduce the cost of time.
Thank you. Wonderful presentation and great problem and solution identified. I have a question on your the sourcing of your raw material. You mentioned working with cooperatives. What mechanisms have you put in place to ensure the sustainability of your the collection of your raw material?
Yeah, and one of the reasons why we thought about to collaborate with cooperatives, because it's easier to work with them than one banana farmers, because cooperative banana farmers collaborate with farmers. So whenever there is a need, we reach out to them, as we have a formally agreed contract with them, and then they just request banana trunks, and then we take them to our production site. So we have a formal agreement with cooperatives.
Did you, since this is a bit of a new, I guess, use case for banana plants or banana waste, did you encounter any friction when it came to the awareness of recycling?
Sorry?
Did you encounter any friction or any issues with the cooperatives when it comes to bundling the waste together and understanding the need for them to do that and for you to collect it as a raw material?
Yeah, Thank you. So, and that's what has been one of the most key part that we've been emphasizing. So we have to always reach out to them to show them the needs, even the product, because they couldn't believe at the first. But once we deliver to them a product that has been made out of this waste material, they were like, oh wow, we're excited to see that this material could make any product. And in terms of emphasizing so much, we had also to do like a kind of meeting with cooperatives and could reach also to banana farmers to kind of create that awareness with them and also create a link so that they can trust us.
One last question for me. What's your profit margin?
Sorry?
What's your profit margin?
The profit margin is, at this moment, is 20 to 30%.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No.
Shari,
The claps.
well done.
The claps.
Oh, yes, we have a style. We have a style. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
That's right. Y'all are wonderful, wonderful students. Brian, that was just an amazing round of 5 pictures and pure brilliance.
And we had Ambucycle, we had Ingoga Technologies, Napsil Grain Bank Limited, Neem Company Limited, and Rebanatex. One more time, give it up for the 5 pitches. Every one of them deserves a massive applause. Rwanda, let's make some noise for the pitches. One more time.
Fantastic. And now at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, dear youth and youth on borrowed time, we are going to release the judges to take some time to deliberate on what we've just seen here on the stage, and they'll come back to us in a few minutes to let us know who the winner of Hanga Pitchfest 2025 is. And now, please join us to watch a video that highlights who the partners for this year's Hanga Pitchfest are.
5 years ago, Hanga Pitchfest began as a spark, a belief that Rwanda's brightest minds could turn ideas into opportunity. Today, it has become a national engine for innovation, a platform showcasing tech entrepreneurs and creative talent from across the country that are driving inclusion, investment, and impact.
From the beginning, our shared mission was clear: build an innovation culture that includes every Rwandan. Our focus has been to make sure innovation truly serves development by empowering young entrepreneurs, women innovators, and change makers in rural areas with the tools and networks they need to thrive.
As we listened to the founders, we saw that their ideas needed structure and capital. And that's what led to the creation of specialized Hanga trucks, each responding to a national priority. Our first was Hanga SRH, Sexual Reproductive Health, a $2 million initiative that has so far supported 40 startups using technology to improve sexual and reproductive health. The first cohort alone has raised over $1.4 million, proving that innovators in Rwanda are supporting and strengthening health systems and our communities. Then came our Hanga Agritech, launched with the Ministry of Agriculture and BDF, a $2 million grant that has been put in place to support agritech startups. 10 startups with nearly 1 billion Rwandan francs committed to solutions that are improving yields, supply chains, and food security. We have now introduced Hanga Persons with Disabilities, an $80,000 truck with the UNDP support, where 15 startups led by all supporting entrepreneurs with disabilities have received tailored mentorship to improve their business ideas and grow.
Through the Hanga Persons with Disabilities track, we have worked to ensure that no one is left behind. Because when persons with disabilities are equipped to innovate, the entire nation benefits from their creativity and contribution. For UNDP, Hanga Pitchfest is more than a competition. It is a living example of how inclusive innovation drives sustainable growth and how partnerships between governments, development actors, and private sector can accelerate progress.
Entrepreneurship begins with investing in individuals, those with courage, character, and resilience. Through our partnership with Hanga, we are building an ecosystem of high-impact ventures.
And most recently, Hanga Venture Ignite, a €5 million initiative with BRD and RISA, is supporting early-stage ventures and ecosystem enablers, enterprise support organizations to become investment-ready and scalable, and has so far onboarded 22 startups just this year. With every track, we've widened access, built capability, and deepened opportunity. Exactly 5 years later, today Hanga is more than a stage, it's more than an event. It's a system of opportunity. In the last 4 years, Hanga supported over 200 startups and created more than 1,500 jobs, expanding to 8 countries. And we see that we've been able to impact nearly 100,000 people. As our economy evolves, so does Hanga. With our newest initiative in partnership with the International Labour Organization and the Rwanda ICT Chamber, Innovate for DigiJobs is promoting innovation across the country with a focus on digital job creation through NGOs and business development service providers that haven't traditionally been targeted through our innovation ecosystem.
So, as we celebrate 5 years of Hanga Pitchfest, UNDP remains committed to investing in people, especially the youth who are shaping Rwanda's innovation future by strengthening ecosystems and expanding opportunities so that every Rwandan in every corner of the country can turn an idea into impact.
When founders have a supportive environment, they create jobs, they solve real challenges and transform communities. It takes the ecosystem to support and nurture Rwandan founders.
In 5 years, Hanga has grown from a stage to a system, a movement strengthening Rwanda's digital economy, empowering talent, and unlocking possibility, idea by idea, founder by founder. The next 5 years are about scale and inclusion, encouraging every sector from health, finance, energy, tourism, and education to invest in and support startups.
Amazing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are entering into another special moment.
Turacyari rero muri BK Arena hamaze kumurikwa imishinga 5 y'ikoranabuhanga ni imishinga yibanze cyane mu buzima ndetse no mu buhinzi ni ikoranabuhanga mu buzima ndetse no mu buhinzi. Jiri imaze kwakira iyo mishinga yose ariko igiye kwiherera nyuma tuze kumenya ngo ninde uza kuba wa mbere muri aba batanu. Nkwibutse ko bari 45 baba 25 uyu munsi harazigayemo 5. Ndi kumwe rero na Esther akaba ashinzwe ni deshinzwe innovation muri mini ICT tubahaye ikaze kuri
Murakoze cyane.
Kugira ngo mu minota mike dufite mbere yuko twakira jiri mutubwire muri make cyangwa muri rusange iki gikorwa uburyo giteguye ni umushuro ku nshuro ya 5 inshuro ya mbere ya kabiri ya gatatu umuntu yavuga ko ari gikorwa kimaze kugera he.
Murakoze cyane murakoze kunyakira uyu munsi nkuko mumaze muri kubibona dufite urubyiruko ndetse n'abakorera n'aba entrepreneurs hano muri BK Arena bagera benda kugera mu 2000 twaje kureba abari guhiganwa muri Hanga Pitchfest uyu munsi ni umwaka wa 5.
I just want to actually begin by congratulating you, Minister Paula, for your leadership on this and also your team. I think it's great to be back to Hanga Pitchfest. I was here last year, and once again, we're bringing the house down with this initiative. You know, our program director started by saying Hanga Pitchfest is not a project, it's a movement. I love movements. And I can tell you that UNDP is very proud to be part of this movement. Why? Because for us, this is what the future of development looks like. It is inclusive, it is innovative, it is scalable, it is sustainable, and it is compassionate. If we were to unleash these core principles to the landscape of development, I think humanity will be much better for it. Let me ask a simple question. What does it take to turn an idea into a business that creates jobs, solves problems, and transforms lives. And this is really for our leaders in the world and in Africa, when we think about young people and jobs, we think about it from the perspective of, solving the youth problem in Africa. We think about it from the perspective of just creating jobs with numbers. We don't think that investing in this space goes beyond just jobs for livelihoods, that we're actually nurturing a generation of a workforce that's solving wicked development challenges. And that's what we're seeing here. But also, we're creating a productive workforce that's contributing to the economy. These become taxpayers. It takes the courage of entrepreneurs who refuse to accept the status quo. It takes the vision of government leaders who invest in innovation. It takes partners who believe in Africa's, not just its potential, its promise and its youth, talented and dynamic youth. And it takes platforms like Hanga Pitchfest that connect all these elements together. To our 5 finalists, you have inspired us. You represent the best of Rwanda's innovation spirit. But you're not alone in this journey. We have heard in the video that just played about the power of 5 years. Since 2021, when the initiative was born, creating Rwanda's premier platform for tech entrepreneurs. 5 years later, the results are speaking for themselves. It's not about reports and evaluation. You can see in lives and livelihoods. UNDP is not just a partner or a donor for this. We don't just support Hanga Pitchfest. We support Rwanda's and Africa's innovation ecosystem through multiple interconnected pathways. You've all heard about Timbuktu, an initiative actually also born in this country with the leadership of this country championing it. In Rwanda, we launched the Health Tech Hub. 3 out of the solutions that you heard about here today are in the health sector, which really is a mark that there is already an existing health tech ecosystem in Rwanda. And little wonder this is the host of one of our 10 vertical tech hubs. This was launched right here in Kigali last year at the 4th edition of the Hanga Pitchfest, where we were also celebrating the Youth Connect Summit. That health tech hub is now supporting over 40 African startups, and it has invested close to 500,000 in equity-free grants, plus non-financial aspects of support. And this is part of our $1 billion ambition of Timbuktu over 10 years to create this Pan-African commitment to innovation. Aguka program, and I was at the Ministry of Youth yesterday with the minister as we looked at a tracer report of the impact that this program has created, partnering with the European Union and the Tony Elumelu Foundation. We've trained nearly 1,500 young entrepreneurs, provided seed capital to hundreds, and launched the Aguka Fund with 1 billion Rwandan francs for youth-led businesses. We cannot leave our universities out. You heard that many of the innovations that you got pitched to this afternoon came from students who are at universities. Imagine if we were to invest in creating tech spaces, innovation spaces, which we call innovation pods, in our universities, bringing innovation infrastructure directly to campuses across Rwanda and Africa. Just imagine how much multiplier effect that you will have here. We will not be talking about 5 finalists. We'll be talking about many more. And we're so proud that the Timbuktu Initiative is incubating and nurturing these innovation spaces in universities. Visit the one in Rwanda. It is churning out mind-boggling ideas that could be scaled to solve world problems. So we think about digital transformation, supporting Rwanda's AI strategy and digital public infrastructure to ensure technology serves all the people of Rwanda. And I know this country has ambitions and big ones for AI. We want to invite the world to invest in that because it will make the journey to development so much shorter. Whether you're pitching at Hanga, developing health solutions at Timbuktu, nurturing your idea at the Hanga Unipod in the College of Science and Technology at the University of Rwanda, or you're building your first business through Aguka, UNDP is walking this journey with you alongside the government of Rwanda. Why does it matter? I think this matters because Rwanda's Vision 2050 calls for a knowledge-based economy. The Sustainable Development Goals demand innovative solutions to poverty, to inequality, and to climate change. And Africa's Agenda 2063 envisions prosperity driven by African innovation. These are not distant dreams. If the story of these finalists is anything to go by, we know that we can build these solutions through Africa's entrepreneurs right here in Rwanda and on the African continent, not tomorrow, today, and right now. Every startup in this room is proof that African solutions to African challenges are not just possible, they are powerful, they are scalable, and they are ready for the global markets. And to the finalists, I say, in a few moments, we will announce the winners, and good luck, judges, because that would have been a really tough one. I can see that with the years, with every year, the pitches are improving, and it's going to be a really tough decision for these judges. The prize money you may win today is just the beginning. The real prize is the community you've joined, 2,500 innovators, investors, and supporters that are gathered here today. The real prize is the partnerships waiting to be formed. The real prize is knowing that Rwanda's government, UNDP, the European Union, and other partners across this ecosystem are committed to your success. To those who don't win today, your journey doesn't end here. It evolves. Timbuktu, Aguka, Youth Connect, specialized hanger tracks, and countless other opportunities await you. Keep building, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries. So 5 years ago, Hanga Pitchfest was an idea. Today, it's Rwanda's largest technology event and a model for Africa. 5 years from now, I believe some of you will be employing hundreds, expanding across Africa, and inspiring the next generation of entrepreneurs. UNDP is proud to be part of this movement, to be part of this journey, and to the government of Rwanda, represented by our dear Minister of ICT and Innovation, RDB, and all other partners. Thank you for your vision, and thank you for believing in our young innovators. To every innovator, thank you for your courage of conviction. We're truly proud of you. Thank you.
A bigger round of applause, please, for Miss Ahuna. And doesn't she just look so lovely? She's always representing, her outfits are always a representation of Africa. Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Honorable Paula Ingabire, the Minister of ICT and Innovation in Rwanda, for her remarks. A round of applause, please.
Thank you very much, Alice. I feel the pressure because I'm competing with the suspense of when the results are coming in, so I'll try to make sure that I don't keep that very long. Honorable ministers that have joined us here today, Ms. Ahuna, I think last night you got a new name, Ma Ahuna, the Assistant Administrator and Director of the Regional Bureau for Africa, UNDP, representatives of UN agencies in Rwanda, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests and partners, and most importantly, our brilliant entrepreneurs. Miriwe. Every year, Hanga Pitchfest feels less like a competition. And I think we've had it. It's a movement, and it's more like a preview into the future that we are creating here in Rwanda and on the continent. And this afternoon, as we listened to the various pitches, we've made sure that that future felt very near. I want to quote the EU ambassador who's seated right next to me, who just mentioned that hunger has become a brand of opportunity and possibility. Today, we may be here to crown the top 5, but let's be honest, if you've spent sleepless nights coding, prototyping, knocking on doors and pitching, you are already a winner. Our young entrepreneurs are not just starting businesses. They are quietly and sometimes boldly rewiring how our economy works. We saw and we just witnessed that they are transforming waste into value in our farms and our factories. They are protecting lives in hospitals and on the roads. They're securing food on our tables and income for our farmers. And they're also proving that African innovation is not a slogan. It's solutions, it's products, it's a service, it's a job that is being created one at a time. Allow me to talk a little bit about the top 5 today, because they show exactly what we believe in and why we so deeply believe here in Rwanda and Africa in the startup talent. Starting with Ambucycle, motorcycle ambulances, a digital dispatch system that can get emergency care to someone in under 15 minutes. In many of our communities, that is literally the difference between life and death. And for many of you in Rwanda, you'll agree with me that for once, we'll be happy to see a motor in Kigali that is speeding, thanks to the emergency services that they will be providing. The second solution, Ingoga Tech, digitizing and automating hospital operations so that doctors and nurses spend less time on paperwork and more time on our patients, and also how they use AI for insights that will reduce medical error and protect revenue. As I listened to all of them, I thought Minister Sabe must be feeling very proud because he's getting solutions for all the problems that keep him awake every night, and he's given a thumbs up. Napsil, the Grain Bank, they're using IoT-enabled storage and digital grain securitization to stop post-harvest losses and turn grain into a financial asset. Farmers are not just growing food, they're building balance sheets. Now imagine for all of us in this room explaining this to your grandmother and saying, no, I didn't just harvest maize, I opened a bank account. That's exactly what they're providing with us today. And for Neem Group, building smart insoles that can detect early signs of diabetic foot ulcers, this is not just a gadget. It's the difference between a patient keeping a limb or losing it. its dignity, its mobility, its quality of life. And lastly, taking banana stems that would usually rot in the field, turning them into sustainable natural fibers and fabrics. That is climate action, circular economy, and made in Rwanda fashion all in one. I want to believe that at this rate, our banana plantations will start asking us for equity for all these ideas that we are giving. But to crown all of this, if anyone still doubts whether young Africans can drive our continent's development, just point them to this stage and many of similar stages where we'll listen to our young entrepreneurs creating solutions. Ahuna, you said it right. These are not just abstract ideas. They are solutions to real constraints that we grapple with every day, from climate resilience, non-communicable diseases, food security and farmer incomes, emergency response, and efficiency and trust in our health systems. What we've heard today is that our young people are telling us, we see the problems, we have the ideas, we have the energy, just meet us with the support that is already within your reach as partners here today. At the Ministry of ICT and Innovation, our commitment remains unwavering to build a society powered by technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Our job as government is twofold. First, to create the environment, the policies, the infrastructure, and the talent pipelines that allow startups not just to be born, but to grow and scale. Second, to be active partners and early customers where possible, especially for solutions that address public challenges in health, agriculture, education, emergency response, and finance. We must remove barriers we can, fix the bottlenecks we control, and show up as active partners in the growth of many of these startups. And to the entrepreneurs in the room, I see so many students, and I'm really hoping that many of these Hanga Pitchfests that are happening, and this being the fifth edition, can continue to inspire you to pursue STEM, to use your knowledge, your passion, and ideas to really contribute. And today is not the final chapter for many of the entrepreneurs that we saw here. It's a season premiere. We hope they'll keep building, they'll keep shining, and they'll keep learning. One key message for entrepreneurs is that you have to pivot in your entrepreneurial journey. Many times you're going to be told no. Sometimes your product is going to fail before it flies. But Rwanda and Africa need your courage more than ever, your ability to see opportunity where others see risk, your ability to turn problems into prototypes and prototypes into products. And remember, for all of us, the young people in the room, and I think Alice mentioned for those of us that are acquiring the young status for a few hours, if you don't walk away with a check today, at least walk away with someone's contact, a future customer, or a co-founder. Don't just leave the room with selfies. Make sure that you're making the connections that matter in this room today. Please remember to the 5 startups that you're not just competing for prize money. I think Ahuna said it right. You are competing to shape what it means to grow up African in the next decade. How we farm, how we move, how we work, and how we heal. To our partners, we need more of this. Thank you for walking this journey with us for the last 5 editions of Hanga Pitchfest. I think we had an opportunity to talk about the different partners, so I'll not spend more time with this. It's been 5 editions. And 5 editions feels like a 5-year-old, full of energy, a little too demanding, and constantly asking for more and needing more resources. We surely don't want them to stand, and I hope that we can work together to grow them. But if today has shown us anything, it is that we need many more of these hunger moments across the year and across the continent. Ahuna, you mentioned the work that we are doing with different partners. We've always said we have 3 key programs for our entrepreneurs: There's Hanga, there is Aguka, and there is Ambuka. So if you can think about the thread that joins all those three programs, I think there's an opportunity to start, grow, and scale. And competitions like Hanga Pitchfest will help in de-risking early stage entrepreneurs. A small grant, a co-founder, a mentor at the right time will unlock a lifetime of impact. So my call to action is very simple and direct. I wish to see many more of such competitions where it's not just Hanga Pitchfest every year, but we have hundreds of them happening across the country that are really empowering entrepreneurs in different sectors across Rwanda. Let's move from sponsoring big events to building long-term pipelines, follow-on funding for these entrepreneurs, regional exposure, and market access. And let's open doors, whether it's giving them access to our data, to our expertise, or the procurement pipelines that we need to open up so that our startups can become suppliers, partners, and co-creators in our journey. For our partners, I'll end with this. Don't just clap for our startups today, and then on Monday, ghost them on email. If you like a startup on stage, like them in your budget as well. This is what they need. And I invite you that before you leave tonight, pick one startup that you can follow up with, whether you offer them a pilot, an introduction, a commitment to co-design something together in 2026, so that when we come back here, we know what growth looks like thanks to the partnerships that you will have offered them. I believe the best way to predict Rwanda and Africa's future is to let young people build it. One banana stem at a time, one smart insole at a time, one grain silo, one ambulance ride, one hospital at a time. Ahuna, you mentioned that the judges are going to struggle, but I think my message to them is that if they struggle to choose a winner, that's the best problem that we can have. It means that the future is overcrowded with good ideas, and I hope that is what it's going to be. To our startups, congratulations. To our partners, let's do even more, bigger, bolder, and more intentional. To my fellow policymakers, let's ensure our policies and budgets match the ambition that we see in this room. Let's keep creating, let's keep innovating, and let's keep transforming. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister Paula. Another round of applause for her, please. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to that special moment that we talked to you about. The big surprise that you were waiting for is here now.
We promised them a surprise, and now it's time. Who can guess? Who can guess? What? DJ.
DJ.
She's
DJ
no longer surprised.
All right. So before we start this moment, I saw someone special in the audience.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe.
Do you know who I saw in the audience? The Minister of Enjoyment. Do we all know who the Minister of Enjoyment is?
Do you know the Minister of Enjoyment?
Brian, who is the Minister of Enjoyment?
The Minister of Labor is the Minister of Enjoyment.
So for our non-Rwandan guests, the Minister... Okay, all right. So we've been told there are various Ministers of Enjoyment, okay? So if you feel like you can assign yourself as the Minister of Enjoyment, we are going to call upon you in a few minutes. All right, Brian.
At the start, I saw the Minister of Health, Dr. Sabe.
Yes.
He started the dance. You saw it?
Yes, I saw that.
So we have a lot of Minister of Enjoyments today.
All right. I feel like a Minister of Enjoyment today. How do you feel?
I can see you.
Yeah?
You came with the dancing shoes.
I wanted to give a special moment for Brian's shoe. He came ready to dance. I don't know about you, but we came ready. As our neighbors from Kenya say, we came ready to dance. And now, Brian, who are we going to receive on the stage next?
Before I introduce someone special or some people who are special to us today, are you ready for today? Are you ready to enjoy? Are you ready to dance? Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you Ishami Talents. One more time, give it up for Ishami Talents. Wow. Did you come ready to dance? And now allow me to welcome Mr. Jihad Nyonguru, the founder and the CEO of Ishami Talent, to join us on the stage.
Jihad, please join us on the stage. All right, we did tell you this is the moment for enjoyment. And so, we've asked Jihad to come and teach all of us here a dance move. That's going to be the signature Hanga Pitchfest dance move going forward. And we are going to require all of you to stand up with us and try these dance moves. African or not, you have to try the dance move.
Here we go.
All right, DJ.
Hold on, DJ, hold on.
All right, so Jihad, you're going to show us the dance move first.
We're going to start with one, together, then 2, 3, 4. It's 4 times on this side. Then we switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 8 times from here. 5, 6, 7, go. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Aha.
All right.
Aha.
One more time.
Okay,
5,
one more time.
7, go. Hey,
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then after this, after 8.
So simple.
Saying, oh, there's more.
Yeah. it's one. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1. Hey, okay? So now, we're going to start from the beginning, right?
Before the music.
5, 6, 7, go. Hey.
1, 2, 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and clap.
Woo! Okay, are we ready? Do you want to try it one more time before the music?
Before the music.
One more
You want to try alone?
Jihad, they want one more time before the music. One more time.
Yes, before the music. Are you ready? Make some noise. Are you ready? Yes.
Let's go in 5, 6, 7, go. Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7, go. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, and clap. So we're going to do it twice.
2 times, okay.
Let's go 1 time. 5, 6, 7, go. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and clap. DJ.
All right, we're ready now. When you come to a youth conference, you have to be ready to dance.
Itangire. Start it over.
Umudereva ni po urengera bwaryo nimugire ubwoba umudereva na fande Kigali na diaspora nimugire ubwoba umudereva ni afa u Rwanda mureba rugeze mu kirere nimugire ubwoba umudereva ni po u Rwanda mureba rugeze mu kirere nimugire ubwoba umudereva ni po. The beats machine.
No. We try it alone. Tugasubiremo twenyine ba Jihad badahari, sibyo? Let's do it.
You want to embarrass us?
No.
Huh? Okay,
let's try.
All right,
one more time.
go.
DJ Era.
One more time. All right.
Thank you
so much.
Mwikomera amashyi menshi cyane. So before we skip to the next session, let's do this together. If you're happy and if you enjoyed all sessions today, clap once. No. We do it together. If you're happy and you enjoyed everything today, clap once, twice, 3 times, once, 2 times, once. DJ Era, show us what you got.
And now, Miss Caroline Mugali, the East Africa Regional Director of ILO, the International Labour Organization, to join us on stage. But as she comes, let's play a video. Thank you.
In Rwanda, innovation is more than technology. It's opportunity. This is Innovate for DigiJobs 2025, a national innovation challenge led by the Ministry of ICT and Innovation in partnership with the International Labour Organization, ILO, and the ICT Chamber with support from RISA and Hanga Hubs. Funded by the Directorate for Development Cooperation and Humanitarian Affairs, Government of Luxembourg, aiming to empower youth, bridge the digital skills gap, and advance Rwanda's NST2 and Vision 2050 goals. Across Rwanda, more than 110 institutions contribute to the NST2 vision of digital transformation in youth employment. From this pool of ambition, 5 outstanding projects emerged. Collège Baptiste Gachuba's Agri-Innovation and Youth Empowerment Hub is merging ICT with agriculture. Using IoT, machine learning, and mobile apps, in Musanze, Rubavu, and Gasabo, Hopedewu is training 100 youth aged 18 to 35 with physical disabilities, including women and low-income participants, through its digital empowerment project. At Rwanda Polytechnic Kigali College, the Smart Skills Hub for youth empowerment and digital economy transformation is closing the gap between education and market needs. In Kigali, Igire Rwanda organization drives digital empowerment through She Can Code program and a web fundamentals course teaching HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to young women, including 28% urban refugees and 14% persons with disabilities. Code and Design Alliance empowers young Rwandans to build digital careers through specialized training that connects them to the global economy.
At the heart of Innovate for DigiJobs lies a very simple vision: to empower Rwanda's youth with the digital skills and the opportunities to thrive in the future of work. By supporting high potential digital solutions and inclusive employment, the project hopes to play its small part in contributing to Rwanda's ambitious NST2. This partnership, implemented by the International Labour Organization and funded by the Luxembourg Development Corporation, hopes to turn ideas into jobs and innovation into inclusion.
To every investor, partner, and changemaker, the stage is set and the youth are ready. The journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning.
I'm not so sure where I'm supposed to stand, but I will try. Honorable Ministers of Enjoyment, good afternoon. I know at the ILO we talk a lot about the future of work, but just standing here, I think the future just called and said, are you at the Hanga Pitchfest? So I think the future is here. So standing on the protocol before me, it's such a joy to be here at the Hanga Pitchfest 2025, a space buzzing with ideas, energy, and innovation. Today we celebrate innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship, and also an exciting milestone at Innovate for DigiJobs. The Innovation Challenge for Decent Work, not just any work, but decent jobs. Proudly delivered by the ILO, together with the Ministry of ICT and Innovation, Rwanda Information Society Authority, the Rwanda ICT Chamber, Hanga Hubs. So we are part of the Hanga Hubs, and we are proud to support them too. And of course, the Hanga Pitchfest for 2025, with the generous support of the government of Luxembourg. This challenge supports Rwanda's Vision 2050, as you've heard from the previous speakers, and one clear goal is decent jobs. I was told my minister is here, Minister for Enjoyment. The real OG of enjoyment is in the house, the minister from Mifotra. Jobs for young people, because innovation is great, but it's even greater when it creates jobs and opportunity. Across the ILO, we see digital transformation is rewriting the rules of work. And yet, it brings challenges. But also incredible opportunities for those who dare to learn, adopt, and lead. Our commitment is simple from the ILO. Digital transformation must put people first. Not platforms or profit, but people, workers, and decent job. And Rwanda is showing the way. Through Innovate for DigiJobs, we've seen smart farming tools transform agriculture, young freelance competing and winning in the global digital economy, new skills emerging in coding, design, and software services. And perhaps the most inspiring of this innovation is inclusivity, empowering women and young people with disability to thrive in the digital job. For the ILO, it's also not about the money. We might be awarding 200,000 worth of USD, but it's just a little boost, a little kick for us to start. The real flex is the impact these innovators are about to create. The winning ideas for today will open decent pathways for over 2,000 young Rwandans. And if there's one measure of success, it's how many of you can turn your dream jobs into impact. To all the finalists and innovators, congratulations. Your creativity, resilience, and courage are shaping not just Rwanda of tomorrow, but also Africa. So we are proud as ILO to be part of the creation of the solution in Rwanda. And I would like to pass the mic to the MC. I told them I'll take 2 minutes. They disappeared. Maybe they didn't believe me. Or should I continue?
Thank you so much, Ms. Caroline. Another round of applause for her, please. If you don't mind, please stay on the stage with us. And now, in this moment, we are going to call on the stage the finalists for the Innovate for Digital Jobs and ILO program. Please step on the stage and stand to our right side of the stage.
Allow me now to welcome Collège Baptiste Gachuba.
Run up to the stage like the youth that you are. And then we'll have Rwanda Organization for People with Disabilities. As they come up,
allow me to welcome Igire Rwanda.
and also Coding and Design Alliance. A round of applause for them, please. Give them some energy.
And now allow me to welcome Kigali Smart Skills Hub at Rwanda Polytechnic.
All right, and as they come, we are calling upon the awarders. So Miss Joelle Umutoni, the CTO from QT Global, please join us on the stage and stand with the other awarders on the left.
Jonas Bosch, the Youth Employment Specialist at ILO.
And then we have Cyril Katim Fatima El Sanusi, the Project Manager at ILO.
Juliana Muganza, the Deputy CEO of RDB.
And then lastly, we have Miss Charlotte Elizabeth M. Helminger, Chargée d'Affaires from the Luxembourg Embassy. Thank you so much.
And now, in the fourth position, we have two winners. The first is Collège Baptiste, awarded by Joel and Jonas. In the middle.
Collège Baptiste has a digital agri-innovation and youth empowerment hub that has provided a solution that aims to address the skills and innovation gap in Rwanda's agriculture sector. And they do this through the use of an IoT and machine learning-based system for sustainable agriculture that optimizes irrigation, soil fertilizer selection, and predicts crop growth and market expectations.
One more time, give it up for Collège Baptiste Gatchua. And thank you so much to Joel and Jonas on helping us awarding Collège Baptiste Gatchua. And the next, in the first position, please put your hands together for Rwanda Organization for People with Disabilities. It will be awarded by Ms. Fatima.
This organization has a project of digital empowerment for youth with physical disabilities, which focuses on practical mobile-based skills using accessible technologies like USSD and mobile money, which are highly relevant for the target population and offer a realistic route to financial independence. Another round of applause for them, please.
And they will take home $20,000 US. And the next is third place. Allow me to welcome Juliana and Bob Janka to join us as we award the third place winners. And the winner is Igire Rwanda.
Igire Rwanda has the She Can Code Web Fundamentals, a program that offers a beginner-friendly web development curriculum, including core programming skills such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript that targets women, refugees, and persons with disabilities with a clear progression pathway to advanced coding bootcamps.
Taking home $30,000 US. One more time, give it up for Igire Rwanda. And the second place, allow me to welcome Mrs. Charlotte to join us at the stage as we award the second. And they are none other than Coding and Design Alliance. One more time, give it up for Coding and Design Alliance.
They have a freelancer training program which offers a direct pathway to income generation with high decent jobs potential. The project provides targeted training for youth to work on international freelancing platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, using an agency model to help them secure projects. Another round of applause for them, please.
And now, the first place. Allow me to welcome Mrs. Caroline to join us as we award the first in the ILO program. Ladies and gentlemen, the first is Kigali Smart Skills Hub.
They are providing a TVET-focused digital skills training program complemented by incubation centers and short courses. And as we acknowledge them, these are enablers of all the youth innovators that you've seen in the room. So a bigger round of applause for them, please.
Kigali Smart Skills Hub taking home $50,000 US. One more time, give it up for Kigali Smart Skills. Please join us for the group photo.
The judges, they have returned from making their deliberations, and we have the results in. So ladies and gentlemen, as we start this moment, we'd like to invite the top 5 finalists that did their pitches here today to join us on the right side of the stage, please.
All 5 pitches kindly join us as we also welcome the awarders, Honorable Minister Sandrine Umutoni, the Minister of State in the Ministry of Youth and Arts in Rwanda, Mr. William Mutero from CMU, Honorable Minister of State Yves Iradukunda, Aline Kabanda, the Regional Director at Alan Gilgray, Philanthropy, Honorable Dr. Tlesfo Ndabamenye, Minister of State for Agriculture and Animal Resources in Rwanda, Her Excellency Belen Calvo Oyara, the Ambassador of the AU in Rwanda, Honorable Dr. Sabin Sanzimana, Minister of Health in Rwanda, Dr. Adelakin, the UNFP, a country representative in Rwanda, Mrs. Auna Eziakonwa from UNDP, and Honorable Paula Ingabire, the Minister of ICT and Innovation, to kindly join us at the left of the stage.
Thank you very much, Brian, and thank you, awarders, for joining us on the stage. When we call upon the awarder and the winner, please come step to the center of the stage for a photo, and when we're done, we'll do a group photo as well. Thank you very much.
Will take home 50 million Rwandan francs. Who will be crowned the 2025 Hanga Pitchfest winner?
We are yet to find out, but first, we'll begin with the company in 5th place to be awarded by Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Telesfor, and Mr. William. Please join us in the center. And this company will walk away with 12.5 million Rwandan francs. And Brian, who is this company?
Ladies and gentlemen, in 5th place, please put your hands together for Ingoga Technologies.
Come on, we can cheer them up bigger than that. This is Hanga Pitchfest 2025. The 5th winner
is Ingoga Technologies, taking home 12.5 million Rwandan francs.
All right, and then 4th place. But audience, we are going to need more energy from you. In 4th place, awarded by Honorable Minister of State Yves and Miss Aline Kabanda for another award of 12.5 million Rwandan francs is...
Ladies and gentlemen, Ambucycle! Taking home 12.5 million. One more time, give it up for Ambucycle!
Congratulations, Ambucycle, for a well-deserved win, and Ingoga. And now, the second runner-up. The second runner-up, awarded by Honorable Minister of State Sandrine and Her Excellency Ambassador Belen. Please step to the center. In the second runner-up will walk away with 15 million Rwandan francs, and this is
Napsil Grain Bank.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have 2 finalists contending for the winner of the 2025 Hanga Pitchfest. Who do we have left? We have 2 companies left. We have Rebanatex and Neem Company contending for the top position of Hanga Pitchfest 2025.
Yes. Who will go home with 50 million Rwandan francs?
So, when we announce the winner, it will be very evident who the first runner-up will be. So to award the winner of the 2025 Hanga Pitchfest, will be Honorable Minister Paula and Ms. Ahuna. Please join us in the center of the stage.
As we also welcome Dr. Sabe and Dr. Adelakin to help us award the first run-up. You can be next to them.
All right, a moment of silence. All right. We appreciate you for all the hard work that you've put in it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Hanga Pitchfest 2025 is
Rebanatex! Rebanatex, ladies and gentlemen, goes home with 50 million Rwandan francs. The winner of 2025 Hanga Pitchfest.
Congratulations, Rebanatex. All right, for the group photo, please step a bit. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the winner of Hanga Pitchfest 2025.
Your 2025 Hanga Pitchfest winner is Rebanatex.
Thank you very much.
Allow me once again to welcome Dr. Sabe and
we will have a moment to celebrate in a short while.
Yes.
But this moment, we also want to acknowledge the first runner-up awarded by Dr. Sabin and Dr. Delakin is Neem Company. Let's show her some love.
Neem Company taking home 20 million Rwandan francs.
Let's pause for a photo. And then we will have...
One more time, give it up for Neem Company, the first runner-up of the 2025 Hanga Pitchfest.
Let's have all the awarders step up on this platform. And then all the awardees, the winners of this year, please come. Stand in front of them for a group photo.